Good evening, one and all. Welcome to another Tea Tree live stream. Today, we'll be starting a brand new 130 BPM Psybreaks track. And it's going to be fun. Usually I start off the stream playing what we're going to be working on, but seeing as it's a completely empty project, I'm just going to play a Tea Tree tune that we worked on last week. So you can see where that's at. And we'll just let it play through and let the stream get rolling, I think. Let me know how the levels are, if my voice is loud enough, if the music's loud enough, or if it's just about right. Apologies for the stream on Tuesday. My voice was actually very, very low on that stream. And that is because I was recording my flutes in, and I had to turn it down to record the flute so it wasn't clipping. Forgot to turn it back up again for the stream. Like an idiot. Cool, yeah. So this track's coming on really nicely, nearly there. Onto the finishing off touches now, really. Which I'm not going to do too much of on stream because it's mainly me going through, finding tiny little things that aren't right and fixing them, which is not very compelling watching, I think. But I'll give you guys updates on where we're at with this track periodically, though. My first tune written since coming back from my uni degree, from my masters in sound design. Right, we're gonna start this new track now, I think, and we're gonna be making Psybreaks, an old school kind of genre, circa approximately 2010 to 2015. It's gonna be around 130 BPM, so this kind of speed. And I have a particular break pattern in mind that I want to recreate. I kind of made it a while ago and it turned out fantastically. But then I never finished it and I've lost the project file now, so I'm going to try and recreate it again. I've got a kick 2 loaded in. First things first is to turn the volume down on the kick 2 by approximately 15 dBs. Right, where's the output here? There we go. We're going to go approximately minus 15. There we go. And that's for the sake of gain staging. So now, if you have everything right up to 0 dBs, that creates issues for plugins, because if you put it through, say, a compressor with a bit of gain makeup, that's going to maybe boost it even above 0 dBs, which is a big no-no, obviously, in the music production world. Cool. It's a very quiet stream tonight, I've got to say. Slowly, some people are filtering in now. Right, cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and program in the patterns that I wanted to use. Starting with the kick. Doesn't matter what note I use, because every note is the same on kick 2. Something like... yeah, something like this. Okay, yeah, I don't really need it to be. We've got 8 bars long here. I think that's probably about what we want. Hopefully it'll all come together reasonably quickly. And then for the snare, I've also got a kick 2 in here. This is going to be a much simpler pattern. Obviously, you just want your offbeat snare. Bum, chick, bum, chick, bum, chick. That's kind of what we're going for. It's just going to be a very simple pattern like that. That can be repeated. Get this looped. Ooh, I haven't turned this kick down yet. Let's do a bit of that. Again, like the other one, probably minus 15 is the standard, but for the snare, I'm going to go more like minus 18, I think, just because I don't want the snare kick to be as hardcore as the main kick. Have we got a Charlie and Dane here? So this track is going to be the final track that we will make for the Alterra project album. Just wondering about keys, really, and what key I should do it. I'm thinking something like an F. F might be good. But if Charlie and Dane are here, who are the other members of Alterra Project, and you've got a better idea, then please speak up. If you've got a better idea in terms of key, that is. Right, so for the kick, let's start with the main kick. I'm just going to do a little something to the snare kick, just so it sounds a bit more snarey, so we can feel what's happening a little bit better. Because at the moment, the snares just sound like kicks also, but maybe once I've done this, you'll be able to tell the difference. Yeah, there we go. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. Right, and we're going to go and just have a look at the kick for now. And what I generally like is, you see, we start off and it's got these kind of like quite severe straight lines. What I'm looking to create is more like a smooth curve all the way down through the frequency spectrum. Should be something a little bit like that. It's a little bit too mid-heavy at the moment. I'm going to bring the whole thing down. I want to try and keep this curve fairly smooth. And another thing I want to think about is the length. So I don't want this to be longer than a half beat, which I believe is somewhere like that. In a second, I'm going to record this kick to audio just to make sure that the length is spot on, because the length is going to make a huge difference to the groove. The length of the kick. It needs to fill all the space that the bass doesn't fill, and then it needs to be completely gone when we want to hear the bass. This sounds like about the right length. Let's just make sure though, by just recording it to audio, just one sec. And making sure that it doesn't go beyond half a note, which it doesn't. That's pretty good for the length. Because if we go in here, we can see it pretty much fills that whole half note. And then it's completely finished by the time the half note is over. So that's nice and clean in terms of the length. We don't need that. Just pay a little attention to the transient. And for Psybreaks, I've often found this, it's quite different to making psytrance or psydub or things like that, where you want a very kind of clicky kick. What I've found in the past for Psybreaks is that using more kind of like natural, so with the like the kind of psytrance, you want very like a sharp click, whereas for breaks, sometimes you want a more natural kind of bass drum sound, which is a bit more like a tf, tf on the top end of it. And sometimes that's better for the Psybreaks groove than your super psy kick drum. And this click is just a little bit longer than the click that I usually use. Good. That'll do for now. Obviously, I might need to tune it once we get a bit of bass in, but just for now, this will be fine. In fact, I'm going to do the bass now, because then I'll go back and I'll tune the snare kick and the kick to the bass. Right, so we are using Razor for this, and I've initialized the patch already. If we have a look in here, initialized it, turn the release down on the envelope, because on the initialized patch in Razor, the release is actually quite long. It's weird. So I'm just going to go in and write some MIDI. I have a very particular idea of what pattern I want for this track. I think that's the one. I always want the right octave for your fundamental. The lowest that you can still discern a tone. So if I go an octave down from there, it's just a fart. It's not tonal. Whereas this is the lowest octave, the lowest F, where you can hear what the actual note is. Cool. But we don't want this big note, this big long note. That was just to get the idea of where we were at. Want something a bit more like this. This is the pattern that I already had in mind. Yeah. In fact, it's going to need to be a little bit longer than this. Yeah, cool. Right, and then we're going to need to automate the cutoff. Boost we want down at 0. Slope we want all the way down. Cutoff we want to automate. Okay. Yeah. Now we're starting to get a little feel for what the groove is going to sound like. Yeah. And then this one wants to have like a psytrance kick vibe to it. So it's something like that. Right, one thing I'm going to do is turn on this single trigger thing here. And what that means is it just keeps it phase locked so that every time you play the note, it's in exactly the same phase, because otherwise it might start at a random point at the waveform. And we want the phase to be exactly the same every time because we want to lock that in to be perfectly in phase with the kick drum eventually. Okay. Cool. Right, so we can go about the business of making this bass sound better, which we can do in various ways. Sometimes that do you know what? I'm actually going to duplicate this and see if it sounds any better in Vital, because that's not sounding so good. And sometimes just the right synth is the way to go rather than trying to force a synth which isn't doing the right thing to do what you want it to do. But I might have to do that eventually, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, eh? Or maybe it just needs to be a different key. Yeah, let's try that first, actually. Let's try a different key first. Let's try it in A. Yeah, sounded a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little bit better on the G. Let's tune this now. So we're going to tune the snare kick, and at the moment, to me, it sounds very out of tune with what we're doing. And with some careful tuning, even though this is a continuous sweep, so it doesn't really settle on any one frequency in particular, it's not very tonal, it's like an atonal kick. With a little bit of just like messing around with it here and there, we can make it sound kind of in tune. Now, if I'm making side dub or side bass and stuff, often I will have it so that this kind of like reaches a frequency and then stays there like that. But I have found that for like Psybreaks, actually having a continuous sweep rather than a tonal one works a lot better for the groove often. I'm just not liking this bass sound, to be honest. I'm wondering why it's not sounding very good. I am going to try and make it in Vital because Razor has failed me for some reason. It's annoying. Hello, Leaf. How you doing? Nice of you to tune in. You're the only one here at the moment. Razor bass, yeah. Most of the time, it's great. It's my go-to synth for basses because usually it's very easy. You just make your bass, especially for dub basses. It just like is a instant good, but not today apparently. So we're going to try some Vital instead. Yeah, brand new tune, new Psybreaks tune. Hopefully the last tune that we write for the Alterra album. So, I've put the second oscillator on, I reduced the randomization like the first, because if I turn it back up, you'll be able to hear. It's just very slightly different every time. Whereas, turn the randomization down, it's just the same every time. You bought Razor second hand for 10 quid. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you're having fun with it. It's kind of like, it's almost like a one-trick pony razor in that it produces amazing squelches, but can be a bit limited for like other sounds. There we go. Ooh. Anyway, we're getting somewhere with the bass sound now. It's good for that one bass sound, yeah. £10, that's a bargain. I can't remember how much I paid for Razor, but it wasn't too much. I think I got it on sale. There we go. We're getting somewhere with the... just needed more drive, I think. Now, I need to alter this automation because it's not quite doing what I want it to do. Well, this is volume. That's not what we want. Ooh, that's why it's not doing the right thing. I thought we were doing this on filter cutoff. Yeah, we want it on the cutoff here. Yeah, cool. But it's not quite doing what I want it to do yet. So let's just carry on working. Do you know what? I might even get rid of this filter cutoff automation and do it on like an EQ, because that was not sounding very good. I want it to be a bit cleaner. So if I just actually do my filter work on Pro Q4... Oh, it's all good, Leaf. You make your food. Do what you need to do. But yeah, if we just do it on Pro Q, the filtering on Pro Q rather than in synth, it'll be nice and clean. Ooh, it's pretty nice. Nice whoop. Do-wop, do-wop. But I want it to go possibly... Right. That sounded pretty cool. I might even add an extra saturator after this, because it's cutting off all the high frequencies, but it might be good to try and add those back in. No, saturation's not going to do it, I don't think. Unless we go for the good old OTT classic effect. Yeah, it's just not really getting the power out of it that I want. So what I'm going to do instead is try turning all this up. Ah. we go. A little bit better. We'll get there eventually. We will prevail. Cool. Then I'm going to also boost the sub and the mids. Now, in the past, I've made the mistake when writing Psybreaks of just concentrating on sub frequencies in the bass and not really taking care of this kind of like 1 to 400 low mid range, which is extremely important to like the definition of the bass. So what are we in here, G? So that's the fundamental. We're going to get rid of all the frequencies below the fundamental. And that makes it a little bit cleaner, the bass. And then we're going to boost somewhere in the upper 100s as well. And this will give our bass a lot more definition. And I also like to boost it around 1000 hertz, 1 kilohertz. And that gives it a bit more definition on small speakers. So if you've got really tinny speakers, just having a frequency in the kind of like mid range that you bring out in your bass can be pretty good. What isn't working as well is these kind of like stabby ones. It's just not really working very well. Yeah, it's pretty good though. It's kind of a nice basic groove. We can use it as the basis for the track. What I want to do now is I think fill out the snare. So I'm going to make differently. Sounds great on the phone. Oh, good. That's good. Thanks for the confirmation, Leaf. Right, so I'm going to make the snare, and we're going to go through my process, which is well honed for making like powerful snares. So I'm not even going to need this drum rack. What I am going to need, I'm going to record in 2 things. Number 1 is a finger snap. So something like that. Number 2 is the kind of mouth kind of clock sound, which makes a really, really good mid-range transient for a snare. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I might have to turn my mic down. I need to remember to turn it back up today, though, which I did not do last time. One. There'll be some good. This is pretty good. It's got this weird kind of tail on it. But that's fine. And then we want to try and get it on the beat, obviously. That's on the wrong beat though. We want it to be on the snare. Pretty good. And then hopefully one of these finger snaps will be suitable as well. This one seemed good. It was my favourite anyway. I guess it's just a matter of taste, isn't it? Which samples you pick. But that's part of how your style emerges, you know? You could go through this whole same process as me and come up with a very different thing because your taste dictates which of those recordings you would choose. It dictates how you tune them. So even if you've got a very kind of standardized process, you can still end up with very different results just based on individual taste. Cool, so we're getting there, We got that. Finger snap, mouth clock. Right, and now for a crucial thing, which I have found takes my snares from just whatever to superpower. Yep. And that is 2 layers of white noise. One of them, so at the moment we don't actually have white noise loaded up. We've got a sawtooth here. But what I'm going to do, instead of just using the straight up white noise, is have the white noise oscillator on, but the level all the way down, but then modulate the frequency of the oscillator using the noise and turn it all the way up. And you just get a slightly different quality to the white noise. I find it a little bit softer, a little bit nicer for the snares. And this is just going to be a transient, a very short transient. So I'm going to turn the sustain on the envelope all the way down, take the decay down to virtually nothing, like 40 milliseconds. I just want that short, sharp transient. And then there's this little sound here, which was a happy accident, you know? Bob Ross style, because I'm going to leave that in. Not in the snare. I think we're going to leave it somewhere else because it adds to the groove. It is weirdly and coincidentally in time. But just happens to be great, so I'm going to leave it in. Yeah, that it just kind of like adds a little roll to that last snare. Very nice. Very accidental, but very nice. Right, so another thing we're going to add another layer. We'll just copy and paste this white noise layer. And this one, instead of just being this short transient, is going to be longer. And it's going to have this kind of like gated snare effect. So I am going to... Oh, Mike is occasionally clipping and distorting. Thank you for that, Charlie. I'll just turn it down a couple of notches. Hopefully that will be a bit better now. It's really hard to get the settings spot on without being able to listen to my voice in real time, you know, because I move back, I move in, I get excited and I get loud, and then I'm really quiet sometimes. But yeah, thanks for that, Charlie. Appreciate it. Seems better now. Brilliant. Yeah, I've just pulled it back a couple of notches on the input gain. So yes, this second noise layer is going to be longer. Not that long. And I want to take the attack off so it doesn't get in the way of the other noise. So just give it a little bit. Has this kind of effect going on. So what I want to do is make sure these are across the whole thing. Right, and then we're going to EQ both of these in slightly different ways to give them, because they're both white noise, so they both occupy the whole frequency spectrum. But I want them to have different effects, slightly, or fulfill different roles within the snare. So this kind of very short, transienty one, I just want the very top end of this. So I just want to add it to add a little tickle on the top, like have that make sure the high end of the snare just really cuts through. Whereas this one, which is longer, is different. I want it to form like the body. You just need a compressor on the mic input. You see, I've got a compressor in OBS, but I think the clipping is happening on the actual hardware input. So it was happening before it actually got to the compressor. Yeah, it should be well compressed within OBS. Right, so this longer white noise, we want to have fulfill a different role in the snare. And this one is kind of the opposite. I want it to form a bit of mid-range body, but I don't want it to have this kind of like high end in. So I'm going to put a pretty severe high cut on this one. Oh, gosh. Where did I put that high cut? Oh, there it is. There we go. That's a bit better. And it all still sounds pretty messy, doesn't it, a bit? Now, a key to making any snare is a big fat saturator on it. And this should, hopefully, usually this happens, is I put all these layers together and they sound just a bit kind of like, you can hear all the different layers, you know, doing different things. But then when you put it through a saturator, usually it just like brings it all together. There we go, yeah. And now we start to hear the snares starting to sound pretty powerful now. I'm going to bring this decay down. Now we've still got some issues here with levels and things like that. These need a bit of tuning. Some of them are not quite sitting right with the rest of with the bass. This one is in tune. There's some noise going on here though. Don't need these pre-bits. I've got very, very subtle, but it is there. Just a little bit of noise that we don't want. It's a lot cleaner now. Just going to add some low cuts to some of these layers. And one of the other things I've noticed now that it's all glued together is that the kick is not quite low enough as what I want. I want it to have a good thud, not as low as this. There needs to be this kind of like sense of separation between the kick and the snare. You don't want the kick in breakbeat. You don't want the low end of the kick to sound as low as the kick. You don't want the low end of the snare to sound as low as the kick. You want to have this kind of like bounce between the kick and the snare, like dum 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 dum, rather than just like dum 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 dum. So you don't want it to be as low as the kick, but nevertheless, for Psybreaks, especially full-on Psybreaks like this, you want it to have some good weight. Now, I'm wondering, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this kick across, and I'm going to lower the frequency on this copied one to see if we can find somewhere that's a little bit low, a little bit lower than that one. Now it takes a little bit of dialing in now. It's got a good low-end thwack though, you know? What I'm thinking about, what I might do because now that I've lowered the frequency of that kick, what I'm noticing, I don't know if you guys can hear this as well, is that there's like a hole in the frequency spectrum of the snare. Let's try get a Pro Q up and see if you can see what I mean. Yeah, there's like this hole here now, which just doesn't really have much going on. Could do with remedying that. You can see here, we've got a nice low peak on the snare in the around about 200, a little bit lower than 200, but that's cool. It's around about 174. That's all right. I also like to have something around about the next octave up, something around 400. 350 hertz will do. But doing it like this is not going to be good. So I'm going to try and layer up another kick sample on this. So I'm going to go into my samples. I'm going to try and find kick drums. I don't understand why it's not recognizing. Yeah, okay. This is... Okay, there we go. Hopefully that's recognized it now. For some reason, it's just not recognizing my folder. Okay. Why? Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi, Cyber. Welcome to the party. We're making Psybreaks. Brand new Psybreaks tune. Hopefully for Alterra. I'm going to try and get a nice kick. And of course, this will be tuned to be like a proper kick, like a low kick. So what I'm going to do is pitch it up, maybe like 12 semitones. Maybe even 24. Yeah. And hopefully that'll hit that little frequency range that we were missing in the snare. Okay, I think that'll do for now. In terms of the kick, how do we reckon this is sounding with the bass? For me, it kind of sits, it's okay for now. I'm going to go in and create just a little hat pattern, I think, because that'll enable us to feel the groove a lot better. Let's go into the PML samples. These are quite good. Those Futurephonic hi-hat samples are very high frequency. I'm looking for something with a bit more mid in there. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, we got 3. That'll do for now. Nice and simple. Go for simple but powerful will be the vibe that we go for, eh? Kick might be a little tappy in the 1 to 2K area. Okay, yeah. Let's to be honest, usually in the kicks I would scoop out a bit of the mids. But I'm trying not to do that as much because I feel like it's kind of a crutch, and there's some good thwack to be found in this mid-range area. These hats need to be turned down. Right, so one of these hats I want to hit on every kick, basically. So I want it to follow the kick snare pattern. And by having it hit on every kick and every snare, this will help to gel those two sounds together. It'll have this common element between the kick and the snare, which glues the groove together a lot better than having them just as completely disparate sounds, basically. I want to take some of the length off this because I want it to be a bit more subtle than it currently is. Yeah, there we go. And we've got this common element on the kick and snare. It's a nifty breaks trick to glue a groove together. Now this I've earmarked mentally as the offbeat hat because it's nice and in tune, so it can be nice and prominent. This one. Yeah, I think I'm going to need a couple extra hi-hat sounds in here to really have something to play with. So let's go back into the samples, and instead of going through these PML samples, I'm going to go for the Futurephonic bank. Just give me a few more extra elements to play with. I'm feeling a bit limited with just the 3 we've got in there at the moment. It is breaks after all, and a huge part of creating the break is like the percussion and hats. Go for that one. Okay. That doesn't flow right. That kind of works. I find with hi-hats you've got to be very careful. It's easy to ruin your groove if you by just carelessly throwing hi-hats in there here and there. I always do it very carefully, and even just like, you know, one hit per bar per sound can add a lot to the groove. Okay. Yeah, cool. This is kind of layering up quite nicely. See, that one just like ruins the groove. It just does not groove at all, that one. But there, maybe. Back to the speakers. Nice. You can hear me painstakingly writing out this hi-hat groove. See, there was not bad. One of the problems with that one, this 9 floor, is just a little bit too loud compared to the others. So I'm going to turn it down a bit. Okay, and already with the hi-hats in, I need to do more processing on the hi-hats, but I can hear that the kick is too loud on the snare. Needs to come down a lot. And this sound is not quite sitting right either. Yeah, it's a little bit nicer. Oh, one of the other things I usually always do... I haven't installed it yet. Damn, it hasn't made it into my reinstalled plugins. Would be Transx Multi, which is a multi-band transient shaper by Waves, which I usually put on the snare as well. Seeing as I don't have it, I'm going to try this Kilohertz transient shaper. this kick is not quite tuned properly either. I can already hear. And this is just by ear, because the bass is in F. So theoretically, I could just set this to F, F, and it would all be in key. But because I'm going for more of a downward sweep rather than it settling on a tone, I kind of just got to tune it by ear. You just got to hear when it's in tune, which I just did. Curry's ready. Oh, I could do with a brew there for them, Leaf. I'm out. So I'm also thinking I'm going to EQ to bring out a little bit more of the kind of snariness of it. One of these layers is still not in tune. Milk, no sugar, cheers. It should be the colour of He-Man. This is the perfect colour for a brew, for my brew anyway. Cool, so it's this layer that's making it sound slightly out of tune. This. What I'm thinking is to add some extra like distortion to this. Maybe the Native Instruments driver, that's got a nice digital kind of sound to it. Nah, not really doing much there. Let's try this Fire plugin. I'm just looking for like a saturator that's really gonna like drive those upper frequencies. there we go. Yeah, nice. Although it's made it a bit tinny in the mids now. Kind of got a nice kind of crunchy top end, but not too much going on. Ooh, I know what we're missing here. Very significant step in this is the sidechain. Let's get a duck on the go. Ah, what was that plugin that you guys suggested I should use as a sidechain? Because it's awesome. I can't remember what it's called. Okay, for now, I'll just use this. Have it sidechain. The sidechain will be from the kick. Compactor. Cool. All right. Let's have a look to see if compactor is any better than duck. Sidechain input from kick. Now, how do I do this? I guess it wants to be peak. Take the attack all the way down. Maybe give it a couple of milliseconds so there's no click. Ah, here we got a threshold. Sidechain input. Ah, there we go. Let's put it side by side with duck. Kind of can't hear that much difference myself, but it could just be because I'm doing it on headphones. Attack more like pre-delay, so that millisecond will mean that it will come in a millisecond before the kick hits. Is that right? Rather than a millisecond after the kick hits, which is what attack usually means. The white line is the threshold, yeah? So is the threshold still pretty low now? So it's pretty decent, but it could, like, the visualization, the little screen here, could be giving me more information, to be honest. Remember, we're doing dance floor bangers here. We're not doing chilled out, nice music. We're making it fucking driving. So a very severe sidechain is kind of what we want. We want it to pump. Okay, we are getting there with this groove. I'm just going to do a little bit of processing on these hats now. which is EQing out all the low frequencies, for one. Unlike kind of house, we don't need these kind of nice mids. And then we want a saturator on this as well. Just kind of glue all these hats together. Yeah, to be honest, I was thinking that the duck was pumping a bit better. I guess if you want it to pump, what you do is you have this, you turn up the release usually. To be honest, it's not too bad. It's pretty good. The thing with the duck is, because I know for a fact that the kick drum is exactly half a beat long, I can bring this up to full volume at exactly the right time on here, just because of how good this like visualization is. So that's one of the advantages of ducks, is that I know the kick ends exactly here, and then the bass comes in exactly here as well. So it's just clean. You can get it so clean. You can fill all the space and have nothing overlapping, which is the advantage of having this great visualization. And to me, the duck sounds like it pumps a bit better. If we're using the duck after the compactor, then we don't need this release really. We just need it to be nice and tight. So this doesn't sound very clean to me. Can you hear it? It's introducing artifacts into the bass. You can hear there, it's not a clean cutout. It's like smudging the bass when it brings it down. Unless I bring it all the way down like that. Whereas the duck, clean. A lot cleaner, I think. I think I'm still to be convinced about this compactor. I'm going to use duck for now. I don't want to spend the entire stream and an hour in about what plugin I'm going to use for my sidechain. Right, so what was I doing here? Hats are a little bit better with the distortion on now. The snare, still not quite where I want it to be. But it's close. We're getting there slowly. I think this transient saper is cool, but when I can get my Trans-X multi on the go, that'll make the transient a lot thwackier. Try and get a bit more of a transient on like this. All we really need is this kind of area of the... Everything else is superfluous. Bring a few things in line. Hey, this snare is still not quite right. It's closer. A little bit boxy though. Maybe this needs to be louder, maybe compressed so it doesn't clip, because it's quite loud already. This Vital is not quite sounding as good as it could be. Maybe giving it a bit of, like, widening. Like a Hass effect. A Hass effect. Is that really what I want? Let's try it. Yeah. Yes, banging. That has really just made the snare. Serious power going on there. Right. So, Cyber's saying the whole parameter was too fast. That might be why it was creating those artifacts. Let's... Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. I don't really know what it does, this hold, exactly. I mean, I know what it should do, but things on this plugin seem to work differently. It's still got these, like, weird buzzy things going on. Had some, like, clicks. Still has some clicks, I think. What do we reckon to that snare now? It's getting pretty powerful now. Okay, tell you what, we've got enough of a groove to start writing the track, I think. Don't worry about holding me up, by the way, Cyber. It's all good. We're here to learn music production, so we learn as we go. Snare slaps. Excellent. Glad to hear it. So let's just copy this out to give ourselves a bit of a section to play with. See how long that is. Oh, it's not going to tell me, is it? Damn you. Damn you, analysis. Why don't you bugger off? I want to know how long this section is. This analysis thing at the bottom has been here for a long time. Don't know how to get rid of it. So that's a minute. So this is a minute long. That'll be a nice length of section to play with, I think. And maybe we'll start with a nice crash, eh? Why not? It looks like 32 bars. Yeah, in terms of just like the actual how many seconds, I was thinking how many. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's showing me now. It's a minute long. Just thinking about loading these samples off my SSD. Not bad. Just drop a save on this. Could see Ableton's thinking about crashing. Whoa, God, way too loud. Still way too loud. Yeah, there we go. I mean, this... Cool, right, let us get a synth. And this time, we will be using... In fact, why not just use this second bass that I had lined up? Because this has already got Razor in it, and I wanted to use Razor. So... And we can use this to like double the bass part and make some nice whoobs that layer on top of the bass. Sometimes it's fun to play, have like the exact same MIDI pattern as your bass, load it into another synth, cut out all the lows, and then have a mess around with some of that. Ah, there you go, yeah. Yay, Razor Leaf. Ah, yeah. See, this is sounding pretty cool already. Struck gold here, I think. The Razor Wubs, yeah, classic. It's just a wub machine, isn't it? It's the best at doing that one thing. Cool. Going to record that in because it's a bit random at the moment. I want it to be precise. So we're going to record that into this audio track. Yeah, Razor is the king of low-end stuff, really. But it just produces sometimes this weird, like, very high-frequency kind of buzz sometimes that you have to EQ out. But it's all right, though, because it's like 12 kilohertz. Easy to EQ out. Ooh, that was nice. You might be able to see what I mean if I put a EQ on this. If we play this back, you see here, you got this weird, very high frequency artifact up at like 15 kilohertz that isn't generally audible but until it is. There are some cool bits in that. Let's carry on just experimenting with Razor. Some more of these wubs. See if we can get something a little bit different. It's a little bit loud, but there are some nice bits in there. Not particularly nice, though. I'm not sure about this waterbed filter. Let's think. Let's go for the... Oh, that's nice. Can record that in, and then these two will be enough of the bass doubles, and then we'll move on to some other elements. Yeah, the odd one's pretty nice. These will be really good kind of like structure. What I really want to do now is like fill out the groove. Like I'm trying to create rhythmical elements that will like fill in the rhythm and the groove, enable us to feel the track a little bit more. So let's see what else we've got going on. I'm just going to delete this MIDI and we're going to start from scratch. Maybe even like an octave above where we were. And I'm going to use this rhythmizer as well, because this is fun. This is the bit you struggle with. Interesting. This is the fun bit for me. Just messing around until you find something good, you know? Gonna use step filters for a lot of this. You mess up making the groove. Yeah, sometimes simple's better for the groove. You're looking to give yourself just like a substrate on which to build the rest of the track. It needs to be solid. Okay, cool. Could be something good here, or not. We will find out, but I'm thinking to put it through some kind of like sick multi-effects plugin. And I guess a lot of you can probably anticipate exactly what I'm going to use. Yeah. That will be parameter number 1 to randomize. What am I going for here? Max for Lives LFO-I, which is my favourite Max for Live LFO to use. Yeah, of course, Infiltrator. What next? Thinking maybe. A nice grain delay. It's getting a bit mental, actually. It's kind of not what I was after. Maybe using something like this, like stretch. No. Some of them can fit, yeah, but not enough. And what I said before is I'm looking for something which is just groove, just things to support the groove. I don't want anything too mental yet. I'd like the sounds to be like unique and cool sounding, but I don't want them to be like really mental just yet. I'm thinking maybe a little bit of a reverb on here, and maybe I'll just bounce that and cut my losses and start again, rather than trying to eke out good sounds from something that doesn't want to be good, obviously. Ooh, they sound good through a reverb, though. I'm wondering, instead of that reverb, if we send it to one, so that we can then... The reverb's not baked in when we bounce it to audio, then. It will be, we can cut the sound before we send it to the reverb, after bouncing it to audio, which we can't do if I hard bake it onto the track. But yeah, you are right, actually. Some of them sound really cool. Obviously not a lot of them. But what are you going to do? You win some, you lose some. That is indeed what making a mud pie is all about. Okay, it's kind of nonsense, but whatevs. I'm actually going to go back into Vital, I think. I've done a bit of reactoring, which is kind of cool. But I think I'm going to go back into Vital now, because just to give a bit of change of headspace. I'm also gonna use this rhythmizer to have a scale, I think, actually. There's something like a minor pentatonic. Pentatonic means 5-note scale. Usually in a full scale there's 7 notes. So basically it's just the coolest notes in the pentatonic, basically. What's going on here? For some reason the vocode wouldn't work. Oh well. Yeah, these are kind of nice plinky plonky. It's not anything mind-blowing, obviously, but we don't need mind-blowing stuff. We just need stuff to be good enough to support the groove at the moment, don't we? It's a little bit static, though. I'd like to have a bit more movement in it. So I'm going to do the velocity on the cutoff here. Maybe a second oscillator, make it a bit more kind of like beefy. Yeah. Cool, yeah. I'll record them in. Obviously, it'll just be the odd bit again. But, yeah. After this one, I think we'll go through and edit what we've got. See what emerges. Damn. Need to set the input. Cool, let's do that again. Yeah, nice and plinky. Plinky's good for building up a groove sometimes, because you just get these nice little rhythmic hits. As we say, not anything mind-blowing, but once we've got everything edited down, there's probably just going to be a little bit we take from each track. And then when they all fit together, we'll see how that does then, shall we? This one's not bad. Ooh. Ooh, that's lovely. Oh, yeah. And that one. Do you know what? I'm not even going to bother listening to the others. These are the ones that I want right here. I need one more kind of wub to start with. That's not bad. Yeah, nice. That's a nice one. This first wub here, we'll take that. I think I'm going to have just like a repeating pattern rather than like just have it different all the way through, because that kind of just builds up the groove quite nicely then. Oh yeah, starting to groove this. Already we only edited down one track and barely did it. Is this just the same all the way through? It is, isn't it? But I think we can use it still. I'm wondering about maybe this. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah. Cool. And these plinky plonkies, we will. I'm not going to do repeat like I did that. I'm just going to like edit them in place, I think. You know what? This is crap. Delete. Don't like it. Just going to use this one. Get some delay on this as well, I think. Pretty cool. Even this, you know, I don't want too many elements going on. Yeah, so hang on a sec. Yeah, there we go. And it's kind of subtle at the moment. You know how I feel about subtlety in Psy music. You either want the sound to be in, fully audible, or get rid of it. Cool. Right, we're going to do the razor trick, I think. The one thing it's best at. And that should start to fill this out pretty good, I think. Leaf will be well versed in the razor trick by now. Which is just to get it to do all the squelchy stuff, basically. Not bass subs, but it's going to be low frequency whoopy stuff, but with the sub cut out. so it doesn't interfere with the bass. Because you want to cut the sub out of everything apart from your kick and bass in order to make sure that your kick and bass comes through nice and solid. Oh, yeah. I don't understand how this synth sounds so good with just so little done to it. It's so easy. We're going to get the band reject to get that neuro vibe. So the kind of neuro bass vibe is like saturate and filter, saturate and filter, just over and over and over until you get it through. But these kind of like sweeping band rejects are a feature of kind of that neuro sound as well, where it kind of this band sweeps up and down, kind of notching out a frequency. Let's get filter verse. Yeah, I definitely should get more filters. Needs more saturator after this, I think. That one in Razor's not quite cutting it. Oh, there we go. More warmth. I'm thinking of just doing this kind of simple one with no pitch shifting. Just nice, slow kind of whoops. And then I can just cut out the odd one here and there. That should be a nice element to add into the groove, I think. I'm going to go ahead and just do that. It's a bit basic, actually, now. It's a bit too more basic. It's a bit too basic. Let's go for a formant. Yeah, so I'm gonna randomize that this formant select thing, which sweeps through the formant. This one here, this kind of like hard select switches between different ones, so it creates kind of like pops and stuff. But this one sweeps, which is more what we're after. And we'll get that LFOI on again. from the Max for Live with the nice randomization options. Oh, yeah, pretty nice. The odd nice bit, again, not particularly mind-blowing, but it will add some nice little whoobs into the soundscape, which we appreciate. Pigments, yeah, I know Dane and Charlie are always on about pigments. Yeah, it's incredible. I would buy that, given the choice, given the opportunity. Maybe I will. Cool. There's a bit of that. I'm wondering as well about sticking this up the octave. And then getting an infiltrator. That's the infiltrator. Here we go. Getting this looper going. This acts a little bit like the beat repeat in the Ableton beat repeat, but it's just like got kind of more, a little bit more kind of variation to it, which I like. Grab another LFOI. Yeah. This needs to be a bit quicker. I'll copy this. This as well. Oh, nice. Okay, maybe I can write some kind of pattern in this rather than just randomizing it this time. Mm-hmm. Like this. And then Then we can use the gain thing to kind of make a gated kind of thing here. This. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, nice. Starting to get there now. We're going to get the second envelope onto the shift. Get another filter on here, and I'm gonna actually some of these, like in the form, and some of the low frequencies are just a little bit. Yeah. You're getting there. Honing in on some pretty cool sounds. kind of like froggy vibes going on, isn't it? Some great sounds, yeah. Give that a little bit of a randomize. That sounded pretty cool. Cool. One thing I'm just going to do while my head's in the game is where's it gone? It's here, isn't it? Yeah, this one. As I mentioned, I think before, having a big old high cut on a lot of stuff is really advantageous. That one was a little bit too high. I'm just going to bring it down a bit. So these kind of plinky sounds sit in the back a lot more. And also for these plinky sounds, I think I want maybe a little Hass effect on them. So give them more stereo width. Yeah. And a little bit of low mid boost on this. Yeah, so this reactor's sounding pretty good, I think. I'm going to go ahead and record this in. Yeah. Some very nice sounds. Brilliant. Look at the time, guys. It's getting away from us. I'm going to go carry on because I'm on a bit of a roll here, enjoying myself. I'm just going to edit these down, I think, and get them in place. Oh, instant good sound. Very nice sounds in here, actually. Yeah, get rid of this. Now, see, this is cool, but slightly out of time. Need to kind of do a bit of doctoring on this. There. Slowly build that groove. Oh, that delay is really annoying me. Yeah, cool. Just a few bits, which is fine. Got all these bits. Oh, we got a few bits in there. Probably these bits not needed here. Yeah, cool. Add in these other bits. Turn that up. I think there's a good bit in there somewhere. Yeah. These little fade-ins. Wondering about some like delays on some of this. No, what I'm thinking is maybe a grain delay though. Might be quite cool. Can just use the stock delay effect for the grain delay, I think. It's got quite a nice millisecond kind of thing going on. Yeah, here we go. Just got to tune it. Yeah. Yeah, that's nicely tuned. Um, 5.65. Okay. 5.6. 5.5. 5.7. Pretty much there. 5.68. 5.71. 5.72. Ah, god damn it. 5.72. Not too bad. I'm not too sure about this grain delay idea, to be honest. You win some, you lose some. What else did I want to do there? There's some let's try the... I don't know. Maybe I'm losing a bit of steam now. I've been going for 2.5 hours. It's pretty good. I haven't used this raw before. Hello, Automode. Yeah. Hello, Automode. How's it going? Nice to see you. I'm kind of just about finished, unfortunately. Again. I think the next step for this would be to make some like big chord stabs and stuff. But I am going to leave it there for today, I think, guys, because running out of steam. And spent a lot of time doing kind of quite technical dialing in. Dialing in the kick and the bass and the snare. It's been quite a technical session today. It always is when you're starting out a new track. So I always want to make sure you get the groove kind of solid, neat, tidy. You want to make sure that there's good separation of the kick and the bass, but not too much empty space. By that, what I mean is having the correct length of kick, so that as the kick ends, the bass comes in. Obviously, sometimes if you're using a sparse bass line, as we are in this, you will have some empty space, but just making sure it's all neat and tidy. It's worth taking the time to do this at the beginning of the track, because you'll feel it a lot better, and being able to feel the groove means that you'll be able to feel whether all the rest of the sounds are working or not. I still think this snare needs a bit of work. Thanks, Automode. We started this from fresh today, completely empty project file, and this is where we're at. Been a while since I made some full-on Psybreaks. It's pretty fun. Oh, we got all these other extra sounds that we made that I can drop back in now. Oh, and these ones as well. Hell yeah. This groove is filling out a bit now. Thanks, Cyber. Nice one for tuning in again. Good luck on finishing the album again. I'll give you good luck every time until it releases. This is going to be a sick track. So this weekend, me and Charlie and Dana are all meeting up at Charlie's house for an Alterra production weekend. And we'll be working on this tune, I think, and it will be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, next week, not too sure if I'll make it to both the streams next week. On my big pre-Christmas family trip down at my dad's. So we'll see if I have the time. I'll take my gear, so if I have the time I will stream, but I can't promise that I'll be here for streaming next week at the regular times. Maybe if I don't manage to get one during the week, I'll try get one in at the weekend. We'll see how things go, though. Thanks, everyone, for coming. If you've found the stream informative or entertaining, please consider dropping us a like or a subscribe. I've been T-Tree. We've been working on Alterra project tunes, and I will catch you next time. Thanks all.